Hey everybody, John here with Luxe. We are tinting out the headlights of this Toyota Supra in light smoke film in this video. We're going to be doing it outside, in direct sunlight, and because of that I will have Marcus helping me in this video. So this car was a pretty unique project, and for a couple of reasons. One is the headlight had come to us wet sanded, as you can see here. It wasn't polished out, so we really tested the restorative properties of the film and to see how it would hold onto this light. Also, you notice we have the painter's tape around the light. We don't always do that, but this car was auto-flexed recently, and it's the first time I really worked on an auto-flexed vehicle, and there were already a couple of spots on the bumper that were apparently lifting, so I didn't want to jeopardize damaging the rest of the auto-flex in any way. So you can tell right away that the film is really, really pliable, and that is because we're out in the direct sunlight. It's probably 80 degrees today. Low humidity, which is rare for us in Louisiana, but it made it bearable. So because it was bearable, we went ahead and wanted to try this installation. Overall, the film really liked to be installed in this heat. It did work really well. You can see the air release channel is working great. We're really just using good wrap practices here, kind of pulling triangles and trying to glass the film out and get it to conform around the light. A couple times I have to pull it back to get the bubbles. I'd much rather pull back the film if I can and get a bubble out rather than pop it later. It is just so easy with the air channels. Forgive me here for getting in front of the camera. It's going to happen a couple of times through this video for just a couple of seconds. So with Marcus's help, we made real quick work of the front of this light. You can see it's almost all applied towards the front of the bumper. So now we're going to switch and work on the side of the light that wraps around to the fender. When you see us here, he's not really pulling much tension at all. We're really just putting enough pressure on the film to hold it above the light and so that I can properly feed it around the shape. Because of the simplicity of this light, though, we are going to finish laying down the film pretty quickly, and then the majority of the time is just going to be locking down the edges and properly trimming it. Again, this light is going to take us about 10 minutes to wrap, and again, that's in the direct sunlight. Very, very easy material to work with. You get your job done much, much faster. If you've ever used a wet application tint film like the Oracle 651 product, you'll know that the edges are usually the most difficult because you're constantly squeegeeing out water and applying heat, trying to get the slip agent to dry and to evaporate so that the film's adhesive can actually do its work. You can see I cut off some of that extra film there, and that was just so that I could pull a tighter triangle and make sure that that edge was going to be tension free. And so now that's pretty much what I'm going to do is go around the entire light, pulling the film back just a little bit, applying heat to kind of release any tension around all of the edges. And once we're done with that and satisfied, then we're going to pull out the blade and start cutting. It's pretty impressive how little tension is around the light. If you look at the film that's hanging over the edges, there's no real tight fingers. We are going to get to this point here in the front of the bumper where you can see the film's not totally laid down, and I'm going to have Marcus help me with that again. First, we're going to show you what not to do, and that was that. Apply heat and then just use your squeegee to force it down onto the light. The reason I don't want to do that is it's going to put all the tension on what I've squeegeed down. Now, what I did later is have him lift the film off the bumpers so that then when I put heat on it, it pulls back to the light. This gives us a much more secure edge. So now we're just post-heating the film, running the heat all over the light to make sure there are no bubbles and around the edges, most importantly, to lock them down. Now I just pick a nice spot to start cutting. And with this light, we have a rubber grommet at the top of it between the hood and the light here. So we're going to be cutting right on the edge. It's a very tight rubber grommet seal. So we're just putting the blade in between the seal and the fixture and using even pressure with a very short blade to cut the film. So this is going to be the same technique I'm going to use to trim up the whole light, and that's what I'm going to do now. Just keep trimming it up and getting rid of the excess film. So now when it comes to trimming the bottom of this light, there is a much wider gap between the light and the bumper on the bottom. And also the light fixture is flat. So it gives us a really nice surface to wrap the film around so we don't see the edge of the film. So as you can see, I'm not putting my end of the blade on the bumper, but I'm dragging the side of the blade along the bumper to leave about 1/8 of an inch film along the bottom edge that we're going to use to wrap underneath the light with a little bit of heat. This is going to give us that really, really great finish. So now the only thing left on this install is to secure the film hanging off the bottom of the light. To do this, we're going to use the squeegee and tuck it around the edge and heat to secure it. Then maybe post-heat the entire light one more time, and this installation will be finished. Okay everybody, so as I finish up this installation here, I just want to thank you all for watching the video. This was done using our Luxe Light Smoke film in the large universal tint kit size. It's available on our website now. As you can see, light smoke is perfect for headlights. It made this light look unique while not hurting the light output, and that's great for a daily driven vehicle. Dark smoke gives you that really blacked out look that's incredibly sinister. However, you want to make sure that first off it's legal, second off that your headlight output is bright enough, and that it doesn't hurt your visibility at night. So thank you guys again. Please subscribe to the channel. We're going to be releasing new videos all the time on different vehicles where we're installing our Luxe film. The next video will actually be the third brake light in dark smoke for this Supra, and that's it right there. Thanks again.